a really amazing musician named Guy Klucevsek, and I'll pull up the video. And today's the main feature of today's live stream is for me to talk and share that video. And I know some of you that are in the chat have watched this already, so pardon me if this is redundant or whatever. But I'll share some context. I'll share my experience, and I want to also fold in. I'll share the sheet music that I played, and I'll share in my experience also tying in how I used. Where is the book? I just had it. Here it is. To prepare this music, I used these ideas like, I used my essentially normal practice stuff, but I used the ideas up to chapter 6, which is as far as I had read. Although I really wish that I had read chapter 7, that would have helped. And I'm practicing. I'm looking at a future chapter about memorizing music. I'm like, oh, that would be nice too. Anyways, so I'll fold some things together. And then the other segment is to do the book club, which is chapter 7, which is about interleaved practice, which is pretty interesting. It reminds me of musical flashcards and kind of just the power of flashcards and how amazing that is for us human beings to learn. Yeah, Birdie says each chapter is mind-blowing. I agree. I completely agree. Pardon me so much. Pardon me so much. Let's see what else. Yeah. Well, that being said, let me kind of pull up some stuff and I'll start talking about this. So I'm gonna share the whole concert was 3 hours long, and I had to leave before the end of it, because I had to go. I literally had to get home, and then leave town. Let's see. Let me pull this up. So Guy Klucevsek. So I interviewed Guy, a couple of years ago. I had let me go here. There we go. All right. So I should make this smaller. Maybe. Hold on. Let me fiddle with this stuff really quick. Size. No, not that. This. There we go. Here? I don't even know what is going on. It used to have like a background, and now it does not have a background. Oh, I fixed it. Okay, overlay off. That's the secret, you guys. Okay, background opacity there. Okay, now how do I get it to be taller? Not like that. Well, I don't know how to get it to be the whole. It used to be the whole height. Anyways, okay. Thank you. So, anyways, so Guy Klucevsek, I interviewed him. You can find that I uploaded it to it's not in the live area because it was before I think I was on or recording this way to YouTube. Maybe it was on when I was on Twitch only. But anyways, it's up there, and it was really cool. He is such an amazing musician. If I use my own sort of description of his music, he's a composer, and that makes so much sense. He told me, his degree is in composition, and I've been a fan of his. I was just always a fan of his. I never worked with him. He did compose a little piece that he dedicated to me called Gringo Star, which I wish I had asked him why he titled that. I really do. It's such a funny title. His titles are really silly, mostly. And they're full of a lot of alliteration and puns and rhyming, and sort of the equivalent of when a portmanteau is when two words get kind of combined into one word, but it's where he kind of takes two similar ideas and mates them together. But anyways, he had a unique way of titling tunes that if you're a fan of his, you pick up on fairly immediately. Anyways, this is it, and it was so cool. It had many fabulous accordion players, as well as a bunch of other musicians. So here's a little opening thing. I'm gonna have to be careful and not. I'm gonna have to I'm not gonna show all the stuff, and I'm gonna focus on the accordion performances here because this is an accordion live stream, and I won't do all of them so that I have time to get to the book club and other stuff. So no disrespect to any that I skip over. I haven't really planned this out, but yeah. So let's get into this. So
thank you all for being here as we celebrate
there we
Guy
go.
Klucevsek by reveling in his
Can you hear that okay? I know it's a little quiet. I can turn it up.
astonishingly personal and revelatory music. Special thanks to Jan Klucevsek, the driving engine behind tonight's concert, as well as Nathan Kosey, Joseph Franklin, Laurel Wyckoff, Anthony Kramer, Laurie McCants, Randy Rivera, and all the very brilliant musicians, and the great Roulette staff. Yeah. May 22nd last year was a Thursday, and I was out of town doing a concert. Just a bit before showtime, I got the news that Guy had died suddenly. While not completely unexpected, it did feel sudden because despite everything, we still had plans for a visit the following Tuesday. And believe it or not, 4 days before his death, he was hard at work on a new project, a kind of fake book account of some of his music he was calling Book of Heads and Tails, Tales. In early May, his excitement about this project was palpable, something even the ravages of his illnesses could not impede. Like the man himself, it was remarkable. In the deep sadness after Guy's death, I was left to ask, how could it be there would be no more music? No more incredible themes and variations, no more kindnesses, no more puns, or no more deep thoughts coming from my friend's incredibly nimble mind. When I got home the next day, there was a notice in my box containing a video that had been posted of Volker Getz playing the gorgeous melodic line from Guy's piece, The Gift, in a forlorn-looking tunnel overlooking the water near the Verrazano Narrows Bridge on what Guy liked to call the Isle of Statues.
So I think we actually missed this. So Volker Getz is a trumpet player that I met. I mean, I got to be in the backstage area, which is actually the basement of this place, of this theater, Roulette. And I met Volker, and he's a very fascinating guy, super fascinating guy. He talked about making these humanitarian documentaries in Minneapolis and some other things. And he's an amazing jazz trumpeter. And he took this melody by Guy and he played it. And maybe we can hear that at the very beginning. I don't know if he's on screen here. Yeah, here it is. So this is Volker, who just oh, what's the name? Duckbrook, what's the name of the guy who was just speaking? That's the one who knows your friend. Anyways, this is Volker. I mean, no, it's a remembrance, right? So it's like everyone's feeling very like heartfelt and grateful and grieving and stuff. Okay, and that's the end of that. And you know, there's so much music that I really should skip past this. Anyways, so Alex Meixner starts with the Polka Project. Let's see, is any of this in here? No. There was a beautiful, I think it's downstairs, a beautiful program that they printed with all the information in it. Here, let's go to here. So these guys are all amazing. Alex will do one with the band and then two solo after this. And Alex and Guy played a lot together.